My life could only be described as winning the lottery.
All right, well, I'm gonna go and start dragging then, and we'll need to get the planter folded back up too, don't we?
Drill's gonna be coming out to drill cover crop.
That's right.
Just see if you can't. Let's put the ton truck and the seed tender over here in this bay right here, and other little things, the gator, whatnot, and then we can put the drill in that second bay right there.
Okay.
And then that leaves that bay for the combines.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
You know, getting a farm on my own, I farmed for other people for 7 years, which I had great experiences and I had not great experiences. But getting a farm on my own is like, the only way I can describe it to somebody is, you know, think back to when you were a kid and was there a Christmas present that you dreamed of and begged for and dreamt about and it haunted you? Like some things haunt people. Farming haunted me. It was a haunting thing. I had an extremely brave, innovative father. I had an extremely brave mother. They were cultured, they were classy, they understood how the world worked, and they instilled that in their children along with a work ethic that would make most people sick. And a dedication to legacy that your average man could never get his hands around. He could never get his mind wrapped around what we do. So that's a hell of a house to grow up in. And it's a house I live in today. Hitting the lottery on the, you know, every aspect of the word. So this is obviously a very kind of messy office, but we have some stuff that really meaningful to us. This was my dad's sale bill, so he passed away in December of 1992. So on February 16th, we sold all the equipment, and you know that speaks to a lot. Like that's how it is in a family farm. You know, when Dad dies or when Papa dies, like a lot of times the operation stopped, and ours stopped in 1992 until I came back in 2006. The farm was farmed for all she was worth, because that's what happens when you want to cash run a farm and you put somebody under the gun to come up with your rent money. No fault of his, no fault of ours. It was a fleeting moment in the very, very long history of Castor River. And so when I got it back, well, I wanted to work on it. I remember going to the shop one day, and I took a set of bolt cutters, and I cut another man's lock off the shop. That's a special feeling when you cut another man's lock off of your shop, your dad's shop. I cut it off, opened the doors, and I started sweeping. Well, habitat is nothing more and nothing less than a space for life to live. And that's our job. You know, we want food. Everybody wants food. Food is life. And we take that life and we take that energy and we consume it. It either makes our life better or worse, depending on the quality of what we're bringing into our body. If you can get your mind wrapped around that, you can say, okay, food is life. Okay, yeah, I'm at home with that. Doesn't it make sense to bring in as much life in that place you're doing that as you can? To me, it does. We say habitat and farm because that's really, as much as a farm, it is a habitat. Because so many things call our farm home. Who does the farm rightfully belong to? And there's things living on that farm today. Their descendants will be here 500 years from now. I can't promise you the hunters will be there 500 years from now. As much as it belongs to us, it belongs to them. And so I'm a consequence of nature because it doesn't have to be me. You understand? I'm no different than an idea. That's all I am. It's either going to live through me or it's going to live through someone else. It's not about me. I'm the consequence of generations of screwing it up. The consequence is that someone's going to come along or something's going to come along to right the ship. So if it's not me, it's going to be somebody. Might as well be me. Fact of the matter is, changes in our food system are going to be made whether we want them to or not. It makes no difference to what the farming community, the food community, the supply chain, that don't make a hill of beans. There's not enough marketing, PR, feel good, puff piece, Instagram, Facebook. There's not enough of that shit to make a hill of beans. None of that matters. Because it's going to happen whether we like it or not. Because when people, at some point in time, don't have enough to eat, or don't have enough to eat of the quality that they want, that's when the shit's going to hit the fan. And that's when everybody's going to throw their hands up all upset, going, what's wrong here? We got to make some changes. We're going to make them now. So the changes are going to be made. The question is, do we want to make them on our own out of common sense and make changes out of like just knowing where your food comes from? And make changes based upon, this is a really reasonable way for me to feed my family from another family farm? Or do we want to be forced into it because we were too lazy and too stupid to do anything about it? And I'll tell you right now, there's people that have already made the change. And they've already seen the writing on the wall. And they get it. They get it. They don't want to rely on a multi-billion-dollar CPG global food brand to feed their family anymore. That's not good enough anymore, because it's not. What they want to count on are real people. Real people that are actually doing the work, growing the food, making it happen, that can get it to them. So the change has already taken place. the jury's not out anymore. The jury's in, right? Like it's over, it's done with. Now you play the waiting game. How long will it take the rest of them to figure it out? I'm Johnny Hunter. I accept no title.